Not here, not there in the hearts of the people, but wherever the glorification is going on, Krishna is there. So I am glorifying, talking about Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna, he is there. And whenever the king comes, all the ministers all सब लोग भाग के आएंगे. जैसा प्राइम मिनिस्टर आए तो उनके चमचे भी आएंगे ना. So ऐसा जिंदगी ऐसी है. So I always feel that whenever we are doing, we may not see, we don't have that, what is it, the eyes. Just Krishna also said, Arjuna, you cannot see me in the Vishwarup. You cannot see with these eyes. So he has to this. I say, we are not up to the mark to see Krishna here or the demigods here. So that's how we have to see it. But जो भी है अपन मजा करते हो, थोड़ा ज्ञान ले लेंगे, ठीक है? जैसा मैं गांव में गए तो कुआं रहता, आजकल तो टैप में से पानी मिल रहा, बट विलेज में जाएंगे तो कभी एनीबॉडी फ्रॉम विलेज लाइफ या कुआं में पैसे पानी निकाल के कर रहे, कौन सा गांव से है?
मैं गुजरात से।
गुजरात से। आप प्रभु?
गुजरात से।
कौन सा गांव में? डाकुर। तो पानी निकाल के लेके आना पड़ता है ना। तो जब पानी कुआं में से अपन यूज करेंगे वो ताजा रहेगा। अगर अपन कुआं को पानी नहीं छेड़ेंगे, ऐसे छोड़ देंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? कुआं का पानी भासी हो जाएगा, सूखेगा नहीं, पानी तो है ही ना, उसमें आते रहेगा पानी, उसमें रह जाएगा, सो खराब हो जाएगा। इसी तरह अपना ज्ञान भी ऐसा है, जो भी थोड़ा ज्ञान है वो दूसरों से शेयर करेंगे तो अपने को फायदा होगा, नहीं तो वो गंदगी अपने पास ही रह जाएगा। तो ज्ञान अपने में पढ़ के फायदा नहीं है। जो भी जितना जानते दूसरों को बोलना। और कुआं अगर पानी निकालते जाएंगे उसके अंदर दूसरा पानी नहीं आएगा तो क्या होगा? वो भाई साहब बोले जैसा सूख जाएगा, तभी सूख जाएगा, तब उसके अंदर इनपुट नहीं है, पानी अंदर नहीं आ रहा। तो उसके लिए कुआं जब नदी के किनारे होता है तो उसका पानी अंदर से ऑटोमेटिक लॉस ऑफ नेचर जैसा प्रकृति नियमों के अनुसार थोड़ा थोड़ा पानी अंदर आ जाता है। तो वो पानी लेते जाएंगे, पानी आते रहेगा, तो वो अच्छा मीठा पानी हो जाता, पीने जैसे लायक होता। इसी तरह हम लोग भी जो भी जितना ज्ञान है दूसरों को बोलते समय अपन सोचते भैया ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता, वो क्वेश्चन आ सकता बोल के और थोड़ा ज्यादा पढ़ लेंगे, कुछ और कर लेंगे, कुछ डाउट आए तो मैं खुद अभी भी जाता हूँ बॉस श्रीमद भागवतम क्लास ट्यूसडे हम दोनों मिलके देते हैं। माइक में जूम पे आता है, रेडियर का है अपना दास प्रभु, दास बोलते इनिशिएटेड नहीं है, बंगाली बाबू का दास है। Whatever it is, I'm just making fun. So I to take the help of I don't have time to go into references and all of that thing. So I have somebody, couple of people. Boss, tomorrow is the verse, this, and I want these particular references, what is said, where Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita. And I know that Krishna said this, but I don't know where exactly. So I request. So that's a way you have to connect with the people, those who are knowledgeable, and take the gyan from them so that you can talk more tomorrow. If I have to come tomorrow, I don't know what to speak because I'm prepared for the introduction and all of that things, simple things I can talk. But tomorrow I have to come, I have to think, मैं ये तो बात कर लिया जो था, अब नया इनको क्या समझाए? So अपने को उत्साह दिलाता है कि ताकि चलो भाई हम लोग थोड़ा नया भी सीख लेंगे, किसी और पूछेंगे तो you will read the reference books or you have some ज्ञान, something, otherwise you can listen to the Prabhupada lectures, classes and everything, take somebody from there, then we can all talk. So that's why it's very, very important what we have to share with others. That's the reason I am with you all, with that motto only. Not that I am a ज्ञानी हूँ तो चलो भाई कौन बोलेंगे, नहीं वैसा नहीं। तो इसी थे तो प्रभुपाद जी कौन प्रीचर बन सकता है? मोस्ट ऑफ यू मे बी नोइंग मालती माता जी, अभी न्यू वृंदावन में है मालती माता जी, प्रभुपाद डिसाइपल. She is a very wonderful lady and she is the one of the Mataji who went to England. 2-3 couples have gone. One of the couple is Mataji. And in our ISKCON में जगन्नाथ को लाने का भी उनका है. So she was a hippie type before and she went into a store and lifted some toy made in India है तो उठा के लाई. She didn't know what it is, but because it's made in India, she came and showed Prabhupada. Prabhupada, I found this, and she put there. Immediately paid obeisance, oh, Jagannath son, and she was surprised. Then he asked her husband, who brought this one? My wife. Call her. So her wife was a little scared because earlier episode with her is when the milkman comes to the ISKCON in New York. So when he used to go to deliver inside, Malati used to go and pick up two butter thing and come into the butter thief. So one day Prabhupada had seen her from the balcony, what she doing? And she thought, oh, I saw you, milkman comes, you always go out. What do you do? I bring butter. Do you pay him? No. Then he said, okay, even Krishna is a makkan chor, okay, he let her go. So, अभी ये उठा के लाई कहाँ से वो भगवान को बुला रहे तो she too got scared. Again, butter thief का छोड़ो अभी इसका क्या thief बनाएगा अभी मेरे को तो बुला के लाए थे बोला from where you got this? From the store there down. Were there two other similar things? Yeah, they were also there. Can you go and bring them? So, जगन्नाथ को लेके आई थी बाद में जाके बलराम को और सुभद्रा माता को उठा के ला ली. So that's how the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra came. Then Prabhupada told about the story and then he asked Shamsundar's husband only.
Yes, Shamsundar Prabhu.
Ramchandra. He asked to make it into the big farm Jagannath. That's how Jagannath started and Jagannath Ratha Yatra has started. The credit goes to whom? All these things in the North America and around the world? Malati Mataji. For her, chori karne ka. Anything you do for Krishna, you see how it manifests himself is really awesome, right? So that's the thing. She has a daughter, Saraswati, her name. She was a 3-year-old kid. And naturally, in the good olden days, even nowadays, I don't see many in Vancouver. But this Gorian, Western people, they used to get dressed nicely and then tilak jaisa, bright jaisa laga ke pura color tayari hoke aa rahe. So even I used to get mesmerized. Wow, what a beautiful they are decorating and everything. So naturally, when you have a 3-year-old daughter and she's nicely wearing off sari, maybe let's assume not the full sari, let's whatever it is, and decorated nicely, and she was in the waiting room in the Prabhupada was flying somewhere. So Malati and her husband, everybody came to see her. What this girl was doing? She was going to the waiting passengers, it seems, and asking, you know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? She heard something, right? And she's asking the people who's the, and everybody saying, they are amazed to see the girl nicely decorated. We don't know. You don't know? Lord Sri Krishna! And then she used to go to the other person. Seeing this, Prabhupada said, she is the preacher. So like that, we should not think, I know only little, only whatever it is when we talk. So that's how we must share our knowledge with the others. Then you feel enjoyed. Imagine the way she is enjoying that young girl, 3 years old. You don't know that much, she's feeling happy, I know, and then going to ask other person. So like that, we should be also, that's what Prabhupada says. If you know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's good enough. You can go and preach others. So I said, okay, that's how my career of preaching has started. But it's very, very tough to sit on the Vyasasana in front of the, sometimes even seniors are there. अपने से बहुत बड़े सीनियर से विद्वान पढ़े से लोग हैं, उनके सामने स्टार्ट करना is a challenge. But this सरस्वती माता की जय, उन्होंने जो किया वो सुना, मैं बोला चलो मुझे भी मालूम है. Prabhupada बोला. Then I said, Prabhupada, I'm sitting on the Vyasasana. Please use me as an instrument. Radha Madhava, use me as an instrument. And whatever you want to talk, I'm an instrument. So छोड़ दिया. One more thing I noticed is when we all sit here, somebody asks some question, I face myself. And I so confidently I tell. The moment I get down from here, later on thought comes, from where this answer come, I never heard only. So that's the beauty of Paramatma within us. He will never let us down, that's what I realized. It doesn't mean that, आके बैठ जाएगा तो चपका कर देगा कि इज्जत निकाल देगा आपको, फिर कभी नहीं बैठेंगे. But when you surrender to him, he will give the intelligence. And he is the one who gives us the forgetfulness also. If you have any ahankar, आपको कुछ मालूम नहीं, मैं यहाँ बैठ के बात कर रहा हूँ बोल के, अगर मेरे पास अहंकार आएगा, मैं क्या बात करने का मेरे भी मालूम नहीं होगा, मैं आपके सामने बेवकूफ बन जाएगा. So these are all very, very wonderful practical things Prabhupada has taught us. If you follow him, be humble, and you can give the love. If you have love for Krishna and you are acting as an instrument, you can spread that one. If your speaker is Ahankar, that you are spreading the Ahankar. So with all the humbleness, let me talk a little bit. Thank you. So Prabhupada always allowed to talk is in Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston. Recently in June I went to America. My wife wanted to meet her friend. I said, if I'm going to Boston, first thing I want to go to Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So I went there and to see which hall he did and all of the things. A nice feeling to go and recollect Prabhupada was there. And so when he went there, naturally it's a very prestigious institute in America. तो वहाँ पर प्रोफेसर्स भी आ गए, रिसर्च स्टूडेंट्स आ गए, सब कुछ आ गए. तो everybody gossip was going on, it seems. Oh, another sannyasi from India is coming. What he will talk? He will talk about Hinduism, that this. So somehow the disciples of Prabhupada came and told him, it seems, Prabhupada, these are all the people thinking that you have come is another guru, general guru, aayega jaye, ayaram jaisa ho raha hai bol ke everybody is. He just smiled and he kept quiet. So he started the speech asking everyone, anybody knows here what is the difference between the living body and a dead body? Everybody were looking at each other. They never heard such a question. But we all know what is the difference?
Consciousness.
Consciousness comes from the soul. Yeah, dead body doesn't have consciousness, as they said, but we say that it's coming from this thing. And what is the most important thing in our body? Is it brain, heart, kidneys? What is that important thing? Lungs, liver?
Soul.
You're right. Because dead body, uske murda mein bhi, you have the heart, brain and all lungs and all other things are there. So that they are not at all important. But soul is important. So Prabhupada immediately asked him. Somebody told him, like Raj told, soul. Then he asked, do you have a department here which is teaching about the soul? Everybody clean bold. Naturally, all the professors and the students, research students, they were surprised. Then he started. You are teaching only about the dead matter. You are telling, learn about the heart and become a cardiologist, learn about the brain and become a neurologist. What you are teaching, all dead matters. But you are not at all bothered about the real matter, what is soul. I come here to teach you about the soul. Isn't it good? Everybody's attention came. And if you are a good speaker, if you know what is the mentality of our crowd, I really liked it that way. Wow, everybody's attention comes. So I always tell, ISKCON is not a temple. It is a university in which Prabhupada has taught us the science of self-realization that you are not this body, you are a pure spirit soul belonging to the Supreme, whom we call as Krishna. It's our duty to serve Him, to be happy. Isn't it? So that's why it's a wonderful university. And when we go to the university, we learn the theory as well as we do the practicals. So these two are done here. Okay, just don't think that why I'm asking questions. I know the answer because somebody told I learned whatever. So when I ask a question, I'm not asking to say that, hey, you don't know that much, also know, as I mentioned, okay? So, have you heard what is spiritualism? What do you all think? What is the spiritualism?
I heard in a lecture, spirit plus ritual is spiritualism.
Spirit and ritual.
And ritual.
Spirit kahan se aa gaya?
No, like in a lecture somebody was saying, or you do rituals, or you do. But the Prabhu was explained very nicely.
It's
Not
me
just-
only, nobody. Okay, anyway. So Prabhupada gives a wonderful definition of the spiritualism in Back to Godhead magazine. I read that one. So Prabhupada जी बोलते हैं कि it's like a railroad. You need दो पटरा चाहिए ना गाड़ी जाने के लिए. One is called religion, other one is called philosophy. Religion teaches us how to attain the love of God through the rituals. सुबह उठो, स्नान करो, भगवान की सेवा करो, अगरबत्ती चलाओ, भोग बनाओ, खिलाओ, or you go to the temple, mosque, whatever it is. So these are all the rituals are called religion.
Ritual.
And philosophy is learning about Atma, Paramatma and Bhagwan, God, soul and super soul. So these are all the things that is learned. So Prabhupada ji said there, if you do only religious things, going to the God and rituals, but you don't want to know why you are doing and not learn the philosophy, then he says it's called sentimental, or sometimes he says they're called fanatics. ठीक है? So fanatics are different. I'm sure none of us want to be fanatics or sentimentalists, isn't it? So philosophy, the one who has learned the philosophy, so Bhagavad Gita, if you learn about the soul and super soul and God, and you have mastered it, then it's your duty at least to go to the temple and say, thank you, I learnt about you, you are the God, you are the Supreme. That is the way the philosopher has to come. But if he doesn't want to come to the temple or bow down to him, and he thinks that I know, I have the knowledge, you people don't know, and then I'm teaching you, then he becomes a dry mental speculator. These people always expect lots of respect. I know you don't know, so you all respect. You call me, I'll teach you type. So such people, when they expect, when the ego is high, the downfall is also high. When it doesn't get, nobody calls, then this thing. So we don't want to become sentimental and fanatics, or we don't want dry mental speculators. So that's where Prabhupada has established this university called International Society for Krishna Consciousness, where he wants all of us become spiritualists. So combining religion and the philosophy together is spiritualism. Make sense? So that's what exactly we are doing in our ISKCON. That's why I might have gone to all the temples. All the temples, why we go? Krishna, I'm having exam tomorrow, pass kar do. Make me pass. And after studies, give me good job and all other things. And after job, what we look for? After job, what you look for?
Partner.
Promotion.
Promotion also you go. And what is that?
Bonuses.
Marriage. That's correct.
Partner.
Life partner.
Partner.
You're right. So हम भी सोचे अच्छा बीवी दे दो या अच्छे पति दे दो. So Mannat, everybody we go and beg him to give the best to us. So Prabhupada made it very clear. We are not here to do the business. We are all here to serve. As I mentioned in the beginning, we are all, she came late, so I'll just mention, this is a university in which we learn the science of self-realization, that you are not this body, you are a pure spirit soul belonging to the Supreme, whom we call Krishna, and it's our duty to serve him to be happy. So that's what Prabhupada told. You're not here in this ISKCON to do a business with Krishna. I'll put $1, give me $1 million. That's not the way we are here. Okay? So you're you're not, my Guru Maharaj, Navegandra Swami said, is that you're not your order and order supplier. Your order supply comes. So we are very clear about what we are, why we are here, and we are enjoying. So Prabhupada once giving class to the disciples, and he mentioned there are the 4 propensities of in every human being. One is eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. These are every living entity is doing, including the animals, birds, insects, water, we are also there. And another fourth thing, birth, death, old age and disease is there in every living entity. So we are also. If we are doing the same things, then we should be called as Pashu, means animal. So his disciple asked, then what we should do, Prabhupada, that we should do something different, you are saying. He told, you should question yourself 3 questions. First one is, who are we? Second one is, why we are here. Mataji knows, I think. And what is the third, Mataji? You didn't hear. Okay. Where one is where we are coming from, who are we, and why we are here. Third one is correct. Where we are going? Go no. Where we are going after death. इतना मगजमारी करके we are with so much effort, we are doing so much effort to earn something and become something in this life. And at the end of the life, do you take anything with us? That reminds me a story. One king used to be there, it seems. In the good olden days, when somebody dies, they used to give one golden coin, as if he's going somewhere. They put on his body and they cover him, bury him. So this king used to tell people, go and dig and bring that coin for me. He was so greedy. So he made lots of money. So once the saintly person came and he heard what this guy is doing, and he was so sick and almost deathbed time. Though he came and told, anyway, you are going to die now. Wherever you are going, can you please take one needle, because the mosquitoes are plenty. They will give mosquito net, but there is some holes will be there. At least you can take the needle with you, and he advised and gone. I was a little puzzled how to manage this big issue. That's the time he realized, oh God, I can't even take a little bit of needle for my own self. What am I doing here? Then he told him, give away all the money to the people. So this is the story. So we must know very clearly that where we are going after death and how to do this thing. Anyway, so let's see, who are we? We are all belong to the kingdom of the Lord Krishna. What's the name of the kingdom of the Lord? Goloka Vrindavan. So we are all there, and there the Kalpa Vriksha trees are there, wherein whatever you ask, you get it. Even if you want your life partner, she will give you. If you want a palace, it will give you. If you want any type of food, it will give you. So like that, everywhere they are there. So everybody is happy, whatever they want, they do. But their motto always, whatever you do, for Krishna's pleasure. That's the only thing there. You ask anything, but keeping Krishna in the center. Krishna is giving you everything. So they were enjoying at the same time serving Krishna. But we realize that it says that why are we serving Krishna? Why can't I become like Krishna? That Isha we call, that is enviousness, has come into our mind, it seems. Just like, let's take the family in our own family. Mommy, daddy and children are there, let's say. So children, once they come normally to a teenage, when I did it, you might have all done. So you don't want to do whatever. Childhood we may do something, but when you grow little big, you have your own interest and you don't want to do. If mommy says to do something, you'll say, okay, I will do. Or she will call you, come. She'll say, I'm coming. Again she'll call, I'm coming, goes on, but you never go. So then sometime the mother goes and complains to the husband, see, so and so child is not listening to me, can you take care? So the father will call the child and tell, Mommy is saying, Betty, you're not helping. What, my dear son, you're not helping, something. Then he says, because father is tough love, mother is the soft love. Nature has given so that there is a balance. If both are soft, it's gone. Both are tough, it's gone. So opposite poles attract each other. So Krishna has created one soft, one tough. So for some time the child immediately, oh, father is telling, she'll help. She start helping the mother. But after some time, she again falls back. Because as long as little force is there. So second time again, father comes, he says, okay, daddy, I will do, I was busy, or something excuse you. When he calls third, fourth time, she will say, daddy, no need of telling, I will do whenever I have time. Boom. So no respect for mother, no respect for father. Then if mother tells this thing to another child, saying that, can you help me in this? You are not telling other one, and now you want me to do? No, I am also not doing. That's the tendency of the children they see. If you are telling A, if A doesn't want to do, B will also say, you are not asking B, A, why are you telling me? Only when A does, I will also do. Conditional. So then the entire family becomes problematic. We don't know how to run, no peace, everybody is struggling, and this hartal stuff. So what is the saying? A bad spoiled apple in a basket spoils the full basket. Thank you, Mataji. So, situation has arisen. Now, because of A, the entire family started suffering. As rightly said, we have to remove that A. So, mommy and daddy, they discuss. Mommy says, no, don't do that. Out of kind love. But father is tough love. I have to teach A how to survive, how to follow the rules and regulations. What is the rules and regulations? He calls and tells. What we are asking, Mr. A or Miss A, you please get up in the morning, do this thing, help mommy go to school, do your homework, khel ke aa jao, fir be in time to the home. So there are hidden rules. So these are all only we are asking you, Betty, why you are not following? She says that, I don't feel like doing that. Then what the father has to say? If you don't want to help us and follow the hidden rules of the family, then you have to go out. Then, because of the adrenaline is so high in them, they'll say, okay, I'm going. But father tells her, if you go out, you have to earn your own money, you have to pay the rent, and you have to work yourself, you have to cook yourself, you have to wash your dishes, you have to wash your clothes, keep your house neat and clean, everything your mommy is doing like a servant, and you are enjoying all that. I am also going and working and bringing you the money and taking care of all you all. Then what the child says? No need of telling all this, I know I will go. And in anger, the child walks out. Because in that mood, teenage, whatever it is, something comes, they don't care for anything. They think, I have my friends, and I can live happily. Similarly, in Goloka Vrindavana, when we all revolted, Krishna also tried to tell us, my children, why are you revolting? What's the problem? I'm providing what all you wanted, and I'm keeping happy. Are you unhappy? What you want, tell me, I'll give. No. We want to become king like you. Why should I be here with you? Then he said, in this kingdom, only one king can be there, that's me. If you want, I'll create another kingdom, that is our earthly planets, and you go there. Okay, send us immediately, we are ready. But as a real father, out of love, he tells, if you go there, there are no kalpavrikshas in that world. Like here, there, you have to struggle, you have to make your own self and living and all other things. It's not always easy. Then what we told him, it seems, do not interfere, we know everything. Just send us wherever it is and we'll become like a king like you and we'll show you. Imagine. So that's the reason we are all come here, to become the king, Mataji's queen. Let's see the family life here. So I told you, who are we? We are all spirit soul and nicely serving Goloka Vrindavana, isn't it? They're all nicely. Now why we came here? That also I told you. Now let's take the family life. We always normally say, head of the family is who? Father. And the Greek saying is very interesting. I don't know whether you heard or no. And mother is?
The queen.
Queen के पास जाएंगे बाद में. Head of the family, queen नहीं बन सकती. Anyway, you didn't hear, huh? The mother is the neck of the family. Wherever the neck wants to turn, if the head doesn't turn, then there will be the pain in the neck. Isn't it? I really like that Greek saying. I said, wow, Greek people are very good invention. The mother knows how to turn the head and make it dance.
It is Greek, Prabhu, but we all know that. We all Grastas.
All Grostas know that. Okay, good. Then you'll be a good husband, not to have the pain. Okay, so let's assume the head of the family. Can we say that he is the king? What do you think?
Kind of.
Kind of. In what way? He's the provider means what is he doing? Working for the family. Excellent. The king does anytime works? Who works? Who works for the king?
Slaves.
Slaves are the servants, isn't it? So how can you call he's the king? Agreed? He's working hard, going out and earning and to provide something for the livelihood of the family. So he's the servant of the family. You cannot call the king of the family. And let's come to the wife. Is she, as he said, Dwarkadish abhi to bola? Just now you said she's the queen.
After the saying,
After saying this is the neck. Thank you, actually, Dwarkadish. All the best. You're newly married. 1 year to 1 year ago?
yeah, 3 years.
3 years, my
1
God.
year is इसको इधर हुआ.
She came here 3 years. Okay, good. So is she the queen? Mataji, do you agree that the wife is the queen of the house, family? क्या हो गया बोलते नहीं? You are not answering.
100%.
She's absolutely a servant.
Absolutely a servant. Thank you, Mataji. What's your name?
It's Michelle.
Michelle. Thank you, Mataji. Let's give applause. See, you be bold. Because my wife, even though she's a doctor, she says, housewife job never ends. 24/7 she's busy. Breakfast, cleaning the dishes, and again planning for the lunch, and blah 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 blah. घर का सब taking the house clean and making the laundry for the children. Never ending. Even I'm so loving and everything to my wife. Even I want to get the things done. No, mother's touch is mother's touch. My children also don't like if I prepare something. They say, no, daddy, this is not good. So they reject because we cannot replace housewife thing. Mother love is there. By the nature, prakriti niyam ke dwaran, laws of nature, the women are given some nice loving touch. Whatever they prepare with love, thinking of the children. For the children. The husband is next, gone case. So, for the children. So that's why the children love mommy. And my friend used to have, he has 4 daughters only. Fortunately. So mother asks each one what's the menu they want to eat, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And if the menu is different, she is ready to prepare 4. I was shocked to hear this and I spoke to her, what is this? How can you do this? I love my kids. And she struggles and everything. And at the end, she gets tired and all of the things. But anyway, so there's no question called she's the queen. But Prabhupada, very famous recording always, like he tells about the Mahamantra and 3 words, Hara means energy and Rama, Krishna name, you must have heard. In that one he says, we are all trying to exploit the external energy of Lord Sri Krishna to become powerful, whatever it is. So what we are doing here, we are trying to exploit material energy to boss over it, or lord over it, sorry, he uses the word. We are all trying to lord over it. But anybody becoming lord, they are thinking they are exploiting material energy to earn money, this money we found in your Edmonton, whatever, Calgary, Alberta, oil is there, becoming quick. So we are all trying to exploit, but we are all becoming slaves to the material energy. Prabhupada nicely, I remember one of the saying that, who is the richest man in the world? Anyone can answer?
Who has nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose, correct. Whose needs are the least he is the richest man. If you want to be rich, luckily my Krishna Bhagwan laid me off at the age of 51 in 2008. I'm very happy. Believe it or not. Because by that time I cleared all my loans and everything. Again, in Shastra there are three things we have to remember. What you should do immediately. If your house is on fire, you better put it out immediately. Otherwise, what will happen? Entire house is gone. Similarly, if you have any disease in your body, better cure it. Otherwise, it will kill you. Similarly, third thing is there. If you have any loan, clear it immediately. Otherwise, it will clear you off. As we see in the villages, the farmers and they take a loan. They depend on, I remember my own village, they take seeds from the jamindar, means the manager, whatever, rich guy. They take the seed, let's say, peanuts, let's assume. So they used to come and take. They go and sow in the thing. And the deal is, when you get the crop, you will give me 1.5 times. And suppose the crop, because of the nature's this thing and getting, they don't get the crop. They take twice, then now the second time when they take, again they have to give double the thing, am I right? So one he has taken, so he has to give 1.5. Second year, because his crop gone, second year he has taken one more, so earlier 1.5 plus this one is become 2.5. He doesn't say that you didn't take, he has to, supposed to get 1.5. So it's as good as he has taken. One more, so 2.5. So next time you give 5 times. Thinking that only they take, commit suicide. In India, that's a very, very famous. That's why central government tries to give lots of loan to these farmers. That's a different story. But what I'm telling is, you have to clear. So once you clear, luckily Krishna made me clear. I didn't know what is his plan. Today I know. Manudas, I want you to come and serve me fully time. So for that reason, at the young age, he made me clear up all my loans and all other things. I was free. I was very, very greedy. I went to Kuwait to make the money. My background is electronics engineer and plus I did computer technology. I was IT industry. I was very happy, highest salary in my IIT Delhi campus. Krishna made me get the highest salary. I was so happy. Like that, he gave me all. But still I was greedy. And I went to Kuwait and mint money, but I want to make more money. I came to Canada to do the business, offshore development. I want to become multimillionaire. I wanted to have a swimming pool in the house. All these things. One time, one book distributor, his name is Nityaram Prabhu, he was selling Your Ever Well-Wisher book. If you have any time, please read that book, Your Ever Well-Wisher book. He was telling, Tuni, take this book. Tuni is nothing for $2. So I said, I gave $2 and took the book. But Krishna was very nice. In that one also Prabhupada says, if you are sincere, go, Krishna will help. Everything belongs to him, he will provide. So, whenever, whatever we do, if you are sincere, we will provide. And Prabhupada also says, the human society is suffering with disease called greediness. And I was the first patient for that. I said, yes, I have this greediness. And I was learned that for any disease, we go to the doctor. Doctor will give us the medicine and puts us on the diet. If I am diabetic, he will give me medicine, what he will say, what to eat, what not to eat. Diabetic, what is it? What's the diet?
No sugar.
No sugar. And if you have high BP, no salt. So like that for every disease, there has to be something. Similarly, Prabhupada said, to cure the disease called greediness, the medicine is, take 1 dose. Let's chant the Mahamantra, that is the dose. Let's enjoy the 1 dose, okay? Together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the wonderful dose. But Prabhupada said, how many minimum rounds?
16.
Minimum 16 rounds. That don't forget. The dose is also, doctor also gives how many pills to take per day, am I right? So similarly, Prabhupada said, minimum 16 rounds. Okay, fine. That's understood. Now what's the diet? What should be the diet? What we eat as a devotees?
Prasadam.
Prasadam. So, whatever we are eating, we must offer first to Lord Krishna and then enjoy the prasadam. Honor the prasadam. That's good. Why? In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, 13th sloka, Krishna says, those who are preparing food for their sense gratification are merely eating sin only. So, if you are doing sin, then the punishment will be there. So that's the main basic reason in this world people are suffering without knowing that they are just eating food also, they are incurring sin. So that's why the world is never happy. So we must. But why Krishna is saying, let's look into scientifically. The plant which is giving us food, like say grains and the fruits, is it living or dead?
Living.
Living. Means what is there in it? Huh?
Soul.
Soul. Agreed? So now, one living entity is another living entity's food. We can't eat the sand and stones like those things. It has to be produced by something, then only we can eat. So, we have to eat the grains and fruits, let's assume. So you go and pluck the grains and fruits from the plant. So you're incurring pain to the plant because it's living. So you are, by giving pain, if you think that I will enjoy, what is the Newton's third law? Anybody does the physics here? Okay. Go ahead. Every action. Well, excellent. What's your name, Mataji? Ujjala Rukmini Devi. Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. So, these rules are very clear. So you cannot enjoy thinking that nothing happens to me. That comes to us. So that's why Krishna says, my devotees prepare food for me and offer to me, and then they eat. So then there is no karmic reaction in this world. Make sense? So that's the reason we always say that please offer to Krishna whatever you are eating, then you enjoy. Let's say sometime we may have to eat outside, whatever reason in somebody's house. Even then, when it comes to the plate also, please say, Krishna, unfortunately I couldn't cook, but whatever is I'm eating, please bless this and chant at least 1 month to God. In public, you may not say loudly. Mentally, at least, we must say and do. And Prabhupada nicely tells in the third canto and in the third chapter, whatever it is, the best thing in this Kali Yuga has some positivity. Every time we think this Kali Yuga is bad, isn't it? But Prabhupada says, in this Kali Yuga, whatever we are doing mentally, if it is positive one, then you will be credited. Let's say that I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of the Lord, I'm inviting Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati and Godavari, all the people, and I collect the mud thing and I pour onto the Abhishek of this, I will get the credit as if I'm really doing. So all the pious things you are mentally meditating and doing, you will be rewarded. But our mind, you know how bad it is. It thinks so many wrong things, bad things. So Krishna assures, in this Kali Yuga, whatever you do mentally, bad things, you will not be punished. That's a good thing. Otherwise, I don't know where I will be, where you will be. Most of us, isn't it? So that's the beauty of this Kali Yuga. So what I was telling is, please do not take anything anywhere without thinking of Krishna and praying, and you are honoring it. So that you will not have any this thing. So first question I answered, who are we? Second one, he said, why we are here. Why we are here?
To serve Krishna and to go back to Godhead.
That is the other one, your advanced devotee. So why we came to the material world?
Oh, that's because of our wish of becoming Krishna.
People
Becoming
say
enjoyer.
to be king.
King and the queen, correct, yes, Mataji, in simple terms, yeah, like you said, like a king, we must say, we cannot become Krishna, he is the creator. So we all thought of becoming king and queen, but are we becoming? No.
No.
So the struggle in life is going on, thinking that one day by earning lot of money. So many people say, who is the richest man? Let's assume Bill Gates or somebody. I tell you, he's a beggar. Why? He will go to the AGM, annual general meetings, and he calls all this thing. Why he gives shares? He says, you work hard. Make sure our shares go up, because he is also having. He may have 1,000. He might have given 1, 2 to each other, whatever it is. So by you all working hard, your shares will go up, and then you will earn more money. He gives the bait. But he is begging so that he will earn more money. He is not satisfied. So he is also greedy. He is a beggar in that way, isn't it? So its definitions of our Krishna consciousness is very clear. The more you are asking, you are greedy, you are not satisfied, that means you're gone case. No peace of mind, no happiness. Until there is a contentedness is there is no question of happiness. Without peace, there is no happiness. So we are very clear. So earning money is not the solution for our happiness. Because money can buy our comforts, but not our happiness. Make sense? You may have a beautiful bed to sleep, but your mind is not, you can't even sleep on the bed. What is that you are achieving out of that? You might have put $1 million bed there, but you can't sleep on it properly. You can't sleep for 1 hour also peacefully. That is meaningless. Make sense? So money is not the main goal. But money is sweeter than honey. But we are all running behind money. Let's look into the things. What are the qualities of the soul? What we say in Satchitananda Vigraha. Vigraha is Krishna. But he is the supreme, and we are marginal potency for him, and we are part and parcel of him. So we are also having Satchitananda. Sat means
Eternal.
Chit means
Mind.
huh?
Chit. Mind.
Mind. No, we call it as a knowledge. Okay, you can say mind and knowledge. So we are all knowledgeable. And Ananda means happiness. Satchitananda. We are basically, as I told you, are you this body?
No.
No, you are a soul. As long as you based on the bodily platform, I've got the body of man, so I'm called man. You got a body of a girl, so you got called a girl. And because I'm born in India, I'm an Indian. Because she's born here, maybe then she's a Canadian. So ordinarily, and I'm following Hindu thing, I'm called Hindu. Some other people born in a Christian family. So the body is bringing all the designations of these differences between among ourselves. And unfortunately, nowadays what's in the name of the God, they are all fighting and killing each other. Let's talk about even Muslim. They have different sects. They fight among themselves and they kill each other. So this is not the real thing, because they're not realizing that they are the soul, not this body, and they're not realizing they are Satchitananda. Ananda is within us, but we are looking happiness somewhere else. So it becomes very, very important to know who are we and why we are here, where we are going after death, and realize the happiness is within us, there's not outside. So there is no point in running. Like the rat race. One rat was running happily and this thing, other rat says, hey, it must be knowing something there, so she's happy running, other rat goes, other rat. So that's called a rat race. Nobody knows where they are running, why they are running. So that's called this. We don't want to be in the rat race very clearly. So now, we have realized all these things and still we are all suffering. And Krishna nicely tells also, the appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course of time are just like appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. O Sayana Bharta, they arise from sense perception. One must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. But we are not able to do that. That's very clearly. Bhagavad Gita is very good for our human life. It's a manual. Like any manufacturer, for any item, he gives how to do, how to operate and all the things. But nowadays we don't read only. We are also in the same category. We don't want to read the Bhagavad Gita, learn who are you, why we are here. If you give any child what to do, he'll go and plug it in, blah, 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 you play hit and try, you'll make it run any instrument. Okay, that's how the life is all about. So, if we are really serious, we will learn how to enjoy this life itself with the full knowledge. Prabhupada says one thing, where there is a light, there is no darkness. Similarly, where there is a knowledge, there is no ignorance. And similarly, if you have knowledge, then there is no suffering. In ignorance, we are all suffering. That's what Prabhupada says. And it's our duty to learn and gain knowledge to be happy. That's what we are all sitting here and learning. So let's see now. Now, anybody is praying for the miseries to come? Prabhupada asks. Anybody praying for miseries? Except I know in the history, Kunti Devi asked it, isn't it? She's an exalted soul. What she said, when you are troubled, you come and help us. So Krishna give her more and more troubles. But I don't think we are in a position. Already so many troubles. Who will invite trouble? Isn't it? You all agree?
Agree.
Yeah. So now, Prabhupada says, are you praying for them? Are they coming or no?
Yes, they're coming.
They are coming on their own. So similarly he says, happiness also will come to you without you praying, without you running behind it. But without knowing, we think that no pains, no gains type, that what all things we want to satisfy, we are ready to tell and justify that what I am doing the right. One of the guy when I was working at HSBC, one guy came, some contact, something came. He was so hi-fi. He told, my name was Manu, you know what, I can do this, I can do that, and everything, I'm planning this business. Believe, I'll show you in 5 years, I'll be enjoying sitting in the beach and you can come and meet me there. I said, wow. I was looking for business, he knows. So he comes and tells me this story. So that reminds one simple story somebody was telling, that material thing. So one fisherman was putting net and trying to catch the fish, which we did not use. But anyway, the story. So he's telling, some rich guy comes there. Hey, why are you doing this? You should take the boat and then go for shipping in the net. Then what will happen? You'll get more fish. Then what will happen? You'll get more money. Then you can buy a ship itself. Then you can do more thing, and then you will have much more thing, and then you can do internet with whatever it is. Then what to do? And then you can relax and go and enjoy your this thing. What am I doing now here? Isn't it the fact of the life? He's happy whatever little he gets or not gets, he's enjoying his life without worrying so much tensions. So it's like that. We are all running behind thinking, if you are this happy, that's what I tell. Roti, kapda or makan. That is house, a chapati, food to eat, and
Shelter.
roof. Okay, home, clothes, and the food to eat. These are the main 3 things every living entity needs it. So what I said, based on your capacity, if you buy your house, but unfortunately, let's say that somebody buys a studio apartment. So he's not happy with that because his friend has got, or his relatives has got a 1-bedroom apartment or something, he will go for 1 bedroom. 1 bedroom is over 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, then villa. Like that, there's no end to, as I told you, greediness is there. But he's not realizing, by buying, he's incurring his loan, mortgage, all these things. And for the mortgage's sake, he is working like a donkey and he's never able to enjoy. But he's possessing, but he's no time to enjoy. Isn't it? So that reminds me one more thing. One of my distant cousin is there. His wife, when I went to Chicago, she complained to me. I'm not happy with my husband. No time for me. Then I asked my cousin, hey, her name was Arati. So I told, Arati is telling me that you're not, what are you doing? What to do, Ramana? I get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, and I go for one class, and then it ends at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. In the meantime, again, I go to another institute, and again, I preach, give class, and again in the evening I do like that. He's having some 3-4 jobs he does, and he comes home tired at 9 o'clock, whatever it is, And by that time, the wife is very nice. It seems he puts the food on the table and she goes to sleep. And he gets so tired and he doesn't want to eat, so he puts it back into the fridge. Then I said, where do you eat? Where is the time to eat, Mana? When I'm driving on the, I take the substance and sorbet, whatever is something I'll eat, and that's how is my life. Then where is the time for eating? Your wife is asking, you're not giving time. But what for I'm doing? Everything I'm doing is for my family. But he's not realizing whether his family is happy. Children are not seeing. Children he gave. Then I told, your wife is not happy, is telling you must give time. Then really I'll use the word, क्या तेरा बाप देगा क्या ये पूरा भरने के लिए मैं मेरे बेटी को, he's saying that your father will come and pay the bills for me. I gave a Mercedes to my daughter, I gave a BMW for my son, I put him in this thing. I'm living in a posh locality where I'm sowing in so much mortgage. What's the point? You are thinking that you are doing for your family and family is not happy. Is it worth? What for we are doing, that's what I said. He's seeing his friends maybe somewhere and his children maybe, the friends' children maybe driving BMW or Mercedes. He wants his, whether he has a capacity or no capacity, he's struggling hard like a donkey. Why we use the example of donkey? Prabhupada says, I don't know how many of you are used to the village. In the village, the donkey is used by the washerman. And the duty of the donkey is, he puts the clothes from home and it carries to the pond. He washes the things and gets back and he ties the donkey and gives some grass. So donkey is thinking, see, my master is also feeding me. I'm sitting here, he's going and bringing and putting. So the donkey is feeling happy. Prabhupada says, but the donkey is not realizing Krishna has provided so much grass open in the land, it can go and eat. It's not realizing that. Everybody thinking that by working like a donkey, that's why. And Prabhupada also said, is it really carrying its own clothes? No, somebody else's clothes is carrying and it's feeling happy that my master is giving me some grass for me. And she's feeling, that is the way we are all struggling hard without knowing why we are struggling and where we are going. Now let's come to the point. Now the child, I was telling you, has gone out of the house. The mother, when she first time starts eating, she will think of the child and she will not eat because mother's love. And she cries whether my child has eaten or no, where is he, what's he doing, where is he sleeping. All these worries come. The father will have that worry, but he will not show that. Because he has the tough love. If he also breaks down, the wife also breaks down, the entire file will go. Always I tell, if wife is happy, the family is happy. If wife is unhappy, the family is unhappy. She's the center pillar. How much ever you try, I tried. I thought, okay, fine. Whenever my wife is a little upset and angry, I said, no problem, I'll take care. Do you think I can manage the children? No way. They have their own knack, their own love. I cannot replace. So, Prakriti, the nature has given them. So that's what. So the child, when he goes, he cannot eat. But father will tell, okay, don't worry, he will learn his own lesson for his own good. He has gone, let him go. So he tries to, days go. But each and every parent looks forward when the child will come back. And when we'll all be together to be happy. Yes or no?
Yes.
When we are all together, then only we'll be happy. Otherwise, we always think of whomever we are missing. It's interesting philosophy, we are all attached. So, when he comes, let's say in the middle of the night, knocking the door, if parents open, will they say, why the hell you can go get lost? We'll close the door or we'll open and welcome him?
Welcome.
All agree? Similarly, Radha Rani and Krishna Bhagavan in Goloka Vrindavan, they are also waiting for us when we all will come back to him. They are also feeling very bad. And you may say that if we are all suffering, why Krishna doesn't come and help us? So, what we told when we came out of that place, that just create and send us, don't interfere. We'll take care of ourselves. We have told Krishna, Similarly, if the son is gone on the streets and struggling, or if you go and tell him, my dear son, I shouldn't, but when he is going also said, don't bother about me, I know how I'll take care of myself. So why anybody will go and help him, am I right? So if he comes on his own, we'll open the door and take. Similarly, Krishna is not coming to us when we are in trouble. Why? We told him not to come. Let's take the example of Draupadi. With simple example. So Draupadi, first when the Vastrabharan, the disrobing is taking place in the assembly of Kauravas, where did she go?
Nowhere. Krishna, to Krishna.
No,
To Pandavas, first of all, her husbands.
first. Because the girl is supposed to be taken care when he's young by the father. When it little elderly, the husband, and then the old age, the son has to take care. So this is the laws of nature. That's a different story today. Don't worry, old age homes are, that's for making money. Okay. So she went first to husband, but they were already lost. They are the servants of the Duryodhans. Then she went next to where? Bhishma Pitamaha. Yeah, all the Bhishma, Drona, Kurupacharya, she went and they also, because they didn't want to become Namakharam, we say. They are all fed by the kingdom of Duryodhana and king. So he didn't want to betray, we call. So then she went to where?
She's calling out to Krishna.
No, there is one more person in between. Dhritarashtra. Thank you. What's your name, Prabhu?
Rajesh.
Rajesh Bete. Thank you, Bete. The king. She went to the king and told, how can you see your daughter-in-law, whatever it is, no, not daughter, Kulavadu. I don't know what to call in Hindi, English word, I'm not getting. Kulavadu means I am the daughter-in-law of your dynasty. How can you see this thing happening in your kingdom? That too in your own assembly. And what he did, Putra Moha, he had so much love for Duryodhana, he could not oppose Duryodhana. Duryodhana has commanded Dusasana, go and bring her into the assembly. When she said, I will not come, he dragged her with the hair. That's why when he saw all this thing, Bhim has told, and I will kill and drink the blood of Dusasana. And Draupadi also took a vow, saying that I will not.
I won't tie my hair until and unless it's drenched by Dushashana's blood.
What's your name, Mataji?
Suvarna Manjari.
Oh my God! Let's give you applause. He comes from Hare Krishna Suvarna Manjari Mataji. That's correct. So that's why they say Mahabharata, Kurukshetra war has taken place because of the Draupadi. Also they talk. Behind every war, there is a woman. That's what they say also. The sayings. Okay, anyway, I'm just making out of little lively thing, but not seriously. Okay, don't take it, comment on me. They'll kill me. Okay, so that's all the things. So nothing. Then she goes to the shelter of Krishna, but it seems she thought of holding on herself, but in front of the 10,000 elephant strength of Dusasana, she was nowhere. So she has to give up. And with one hand, she tried it. She said, no. Only when she lifted both the hands, that's called total surrender. That's the time Krishna held her. So, only when we wholeheartedly pray to Krishna to help us, then he will help us. Otherwise, he will not interfere. That's what is the main reason. He sees so much atrocities going on in this world, he will not interfere. Because everybody thinking that I can resolve, I'll invent this nuclear bomb, I'll do that, I'll do, or I will put the sanction. They're all fighting among themselves. There's no question of God. That's why I like Prabhupada nicely telling. Once he was going in New York, seeing the UN building, he saw many flags. Oh, every year we see 2-3 flags coming new on that. Means every new nations are forming, and they call it United Nations. But still, the wars are going on everywhere. And that's why he said, our ISKCON is the real United Nations, wherein I'm creating one umbrella, everybody can happily stay in that one. That's where we are seeing, we are all different nations and everywhere around the world. It's growing. He left with 108. He went around the world 14 times and he built 108 centers and he left his body in 1977, November 14th. And now we are having more than 650 centers all over the world. So you can see the potency of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this is the beauty, and now let's see how we can go back to this. As I told you, the son can come, child comes, we all take care. Krishna says in 8.6 Bhagavad Gita that at the time of death, whatever desire you have, to fulfill that desire, he will give you a body to you, suitable body to enjoy. Suppose a rich man wants to fly in his own private flight, aeroplane around all the time, flying, all of a sudden he dies. So his desire is always to fly. So what sort of body he should get? Bird. You're right. Similarly, if somebody wants to play in the water and surfing and all other things, if he dies in the water, what body he should get? Fish. So by the laws of nature, Krishna is making sure that we will fulfill all our desires quickly and come back to him. Our desire was to become the king and queen, so we can. If we have any sort of desire other than the spiritual, we will remain in this material world, guaranteed. So, but 8.5 Bhagavad Gita, it says, at the time of death, if you think of me and me alone, you are guaranteed to come back to me. Now, how to attain that? That's a big challenge. Once you are taking care of your family, your life partner is there, or your children are there. If you are old, then you have grandchildren. Like that, everything is there. Then mamata, the love and affection is for them. Or you are having multi-crores of business, multi-million-dollar business is there. Is worried what will happen to my business, who will take. Everybody will fight and everything will happen. What will happen to my money, my bank balance? This is all if you are thinking, then you are guaranteed to come back. Because Krishna, you are not thinking Krishna alone. So that is the way International Society for Krishna Consciousness, as I mentioned, as a university, is teaching how to develop love with detachment. Just my sister-in-law once told, if you bring the neighbors, they're going out, if their dog is given to you for 3 days to keep, you develop love for the dog, isn't it? So what to talk of our children and the family whom we are with here for years and years, we work for them, enjoyed with them. So at the time of death, it becomes very challenging. So but Prabhupada is teaching. In 15th chapter also, Krishna says, the banyan tree example he gives, says we don't know where it's the beginning, end of it, but we must cut each and every branch with the weapon called?
Knowledge. Detachment.
Detachment. That's correct, Mataji. Aapka naam Mataji?
Hema Manjari.
Hema Manjari Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So, with the detachment, please understand, detachment doesn't mean aversion. We love children, but with the proper knowledge, as you said, saying that child, let it be our life partner, everybody is temporary. We don't know how long they'll stay with us. Today you are enjoying, thank Krishna, enjoy. Tomorrow not guaranteed whether you will be there or they will be there. We don't know what type or what happened, we don't know. Okay? Even that reminds me, nowadays the question of the divorce is coming so much in this world, that is, isn't it? It's nothing. So if you're not giving the sense gratitude, I always tell, the bride and bridegroom are taking a bowl of begging bowl, asking, you give me love, you give me love. They're not thinking that I'm marrying somebody to give the love. They were begging for the love. So that's why spiritual counseling, Prabhupada has introduced, whoever wants to get married in ISKCON, they should be given spiritual knowledge and counseling. So you should, unless and until you think that you are having love and it's overflowing your heart and you want to share unconditionally, then you should get married. Otherwise, don't get married. Because expectation is the main root cause of our misery also. So many things Prabhupada told. So we must be very, very clear how to attend that and enjoy. With last example of how to surrender. Because Krishna said in 18.6, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Sinful reaction means you will be happy. And that's what he's saying. But how to surrender? When I went to Vrindavan, one of the pujari there asked me, in the Vrindavan, lots of monkeys are there, children are there. Have you ever seen the monkey's child, how mother carries? How? The child grabs to the mother.
Mother.
Have you seen the kitten carried by the cat?
By the
She
neck.
carries by the
By
jaws,
the neck.
Neck.
by the neck, jaw, but yeah.
Yeah. Neck, you're right, Manjari. So, catches. So, how one should surrender? Should we surrender like a monkey child or a kitten? Which is the good?
Kitten.
Kitten. Anyone else? No?
Can you repeat the question?
Do you want to surrender to Krishna as a monkey's child or like a kitten?
Well, cat and monkey mother, they don't hurt. Like, they just catch their young one. Depends on their ability, and they don't harm.
No, but only just quickly answer which one you prefer.
Well, you cannot say any.
Don't force him.
We actually like a monkey because we have to hold the Krishna all the time. Doesn't matter whatever like situation is.
That's-
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rajesh, for giving. Okay, now let's listen to. What's your name you said? No.
Krishna.
Huh?
Binu.
Binu. I never asked so. Okay, good. Okay, Binu, why you say kitten?
Because we have to surrender fully. When the monkey is, whatever it is,
Holding.
he's holding, he's not surrendering. He's not have the trust on his mother, and we have to fully trust. That's how we surrender.
Correct. So, what she's saying is the monkey's child, as you said, it's a responsibility of the monkey's child to survive. Otherwise, when the mother is jumping from one branch to another, then it's a duty of the child to hold on tight. If she doesn't hold on, it will fall down and die. Correct. But whereas the cat, when it's carrying the kitten, it makes sure before it jumping one wall to another whether the kitten is safe or not. So, kitten way surrendering, leave it everything to Krishna. I'm total surrender. Like Draupadi lifted two hands. Say, Krishna, whatever you do, you do. I don't know. And somebody says, Krishna will help those who help themselves. My wife is the first one to put the question to me. But I said, darling, whatever you want to say, even I said that no. He will make me dance to his tune as Prabhupada came in the Boston, he used the poem similarly. Let him dance, but let him do, let him force me to. No one can sit idly, sitting that I'll sit here and, we are at our propensity is always doing something. We cannot sit idle. So Krishna will make us do something, provided you're there. So Atma is, the soul is within our heart, and within the heart, who else is there along with the soul?
Supreme Soul.
Supreme Soul, Super Soul, Krishna, isn't it? So he is there, he will guide us. So our hierarchy is very clear. To enjoy this world, the objects are sense objects are there to tempt us. So our objects will go, our senses, the senses are eyes, ear, nose, mouth and touch. They all go there. So the mind should control them. And the mind is controlled by the intelligence. Intelligence is controlled by the superior soul. And above the soul is super soul. If you pray to super soul, all the things will come down to that nice, and then you can enjoy this world. And Prabhupada gives the example of 5 horses, and its reins is the mind, and the charioteer is the intelligence, and the passenger is the soul, and the chariot is the body. So we must use all this in a proper way, then we can enjoy. Thank you very much. Sorry, I gone a little overboard. I didn't check the time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Actually, I got a question. So,
Yes.
What's the importance of worshipping demigods?
Prabhupada openly tells, even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna tells that demigods we should not worship.
Why not?
Why not? Because let's take the example of Prime Minister. Okay? If you are in good books of the Prime Minister, Chief Ministers and Cabinet Ministers, State Ministers, everybody will come running behind you and they'll try to butter you so that Prime Minister is happy, they are all happy. If Prime Minister is unhappy, you're kicked out of any post you are in. Similarly, Krishna is the ultimate, And if you satisfy him, all the demigods are also happy. And Prabhupada gives the example. To pour the water to the tree, do you put on the leaves and the fruits, or where you put? You put at the root. So you put the water, then all will be happy. Similarly, if you serve Krishna and happy, it's okay. But Prabhupada also says, let me answer your question. So by chance you happen to be in the demigod, you pray to demigod saying, please give me Krishna Bhakti. You pray. But what you pray? Not for that, oh, I want a bungalow, I want money, like those, don't ask. They may give you sometime what this people go because, oh, I worship them, they give. But they are also, Bhagavad Gita says, sanctioned by Krishna, they have no independent. They don't own anything independent, they cannot give you independently anything. It's all comes through Lord Krishna. So we should know this hierarchy in the spiritual world also, as we know in our material world.
We should worship them, yeah.
Huh?
We should worship them, yeah. We should worship demigods. Like there is no restriction in Bhagavad Gita.
There is only less intelligent people worship demigods. That statement is there.
Okay, because in Day 13 yesterday I was reading and it was saying that okay, you, the person like who paid respect to
Demigods.
No, actually, yeah, demigods who worship them, who respect the elders. I like him. I like that person. So, like, yeah, Krishna also said that, okay, there is no restriction of worshipping them. I'm not saying that, okay, you ask for wishes, like, ask for wealth and from demigods, but there is importance of worshipping demigods in Bhagavad Gita as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you worship, why you worship, you should know. As we,
Yes.
That's the only thing. But ultimately, he says, I am the supreme in Bhagavad Gita. There is no other religion, no other book, no Shiva, what everybody, nowhere it mentioned that I am the supreme. Only in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna declares, so we accept. Okay? Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Beautiful
The
answer.
lots and lots to learn from what Prabhupada gave. Let's say, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Vyasadev ki jai, all of you ki jai. Thank you.
Manu Prabhu ki
Huh?
jai.
Thank you. Thank you, Dwarakadhish Prabhu, for giving this opportunity. Thank you to Atmaram Prabhu also. And thanks to our friend Raj for driving me from Reddy to here. He has to drive me back. Thank you, all of you. Hare Krishna. Please come to Vancouver, New Gokul Dham. How many people came for the Janmashtami here?
Here, Prabhuji.